Where is he? Alright, I'm doing this X-Men review on my own. Welcome to Last Call. I'm Shawn Proctor.
And I'm Kevin Dragone.
The hell just happened?
I'll show you after the video. Welcome to Last Call. I'm Kevin Dragone.
And I'm Shawn Proctor.
And we are going to be talking about X-Men Days of Future Past, spoiler-filled.
Yep.
Right off the bat, I don't think this is a movie you have to see in 3D, but if you want to fill this movie with more money, we want big numbers and a big sequel.
There are 5 spoilers that are in this film that you should know about after you've seen it.
When I heard that Bryan Singer was indeed coming back as director for this film, I had heard that he consulted with James Cameron, who we know has done films in the past like Terminator and Terminator 2. And those are very heavily time travel based. So he consulted him and he asked him, he kind of ran through his idea on how time travel could work with this X-Men universe and kind of retcon the disaster that is Brett Ratner's X3. And knowing that and seeing this film, this is very James Cameron Terminator influence. I mean, there was a lot of things that they were like thinking like, wait, I've seen that before. That happened. What? So there's actually a few things that stand out. Like the opening sequence, we have a graveyard of bones and bodies decayed, much like James Cameron's Terminator 2. That's the
futuristic scene?
It's very dark. I mean, like, the most you get is spotlights hovering over. I mean, there's very few humans and mutants at this point. I mean, it is very dark. And I'm surprised this movie got away with PG-13. But
now, those futuristic Sentinels, they look a lot like a T-1000 to me.
yes, these things are very organic. They can shapeshift and match anything you throw at them. I mean, there's
Look at that.
These guys are very menacing and terrifying, much like I felt when I saw the T-1000 the first time I saw Terminator 2. As far as the time travel sequences go, when Wolverine is sent back into the 70s and he wakes up, much like when Arnold Schwarzenegger would be sent back through time, he was butt naked. And he like looks at the guy and he says, I'm gonna need your car, your keys, and a full tank of gas. Something along those lines, which is very reminiscent of what we saw in T2.
So that brings us to point number 2 from that very scene where he is totally nude. Yes, ladies, the most unexpected butt scene since Kevin Costner in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. And it's pretty incredible.
Believe it or not, you've seen these videos and these reviews we did. Ladies, I am straight. And I gotta tell you, I mean, when Hugh Jackman got out of bed and we see him butt-ass naked, I was like, damn. I mean,
it's very surprising, though. I mean, the camera follows his shoulders up. You're like, oh, so they're going to go take... okay.
Compared to all the films, I didn't see the Wolverine, and I don't really remember from the X-Men Origins Wolverine, but he is huge, jacked man. His veins have veins and abs and biceps.
Up in his chest, he's got like veins all through his chest. I mean, I had the same thing, but like, you know, I work out.
The guy gets up from like a nap and he's like, veins are throbbing.
In talking about my favorite scenes from the movie, probably, I would have to say more or less the scenes with Wolverine just hacking people up. I mean, he doesn't really hack off limbs, but he's just driving claws through people.
That's right, because in this movie we have a pre-animanium filled Wolverine. This is the very traditional bone claws. I mean, it's a surprise to him when he wakes up in the past and he has his bone claws, which adds to the humor that he delivers.
They are ribbed for your death. So what? How about you? Favorite scenes?
I'm a big fan of speedsters, and I had heard that they were going to introduce Quicksilver into this movie. Now we saw this picture launched from the Empire magazine. And everybody was like, oh my god, that looks pretty terrible. This is going to be the worst part of the movie. What were they thinking? Quicksilver scene was by far the most fun. I had a smile from ear to ear.
Crowd reaction was awesome.
I've never seen super speed done so well, so perfect.
I'm going to give you one last thing to think about. When Peter Dinklage showed up in the one scene, you know, as Trask, and people initially in the crowd actually laughed at him. Laughed at him. Tyrion Lannister got laughed at. Then they realized how messed up he was. I mean, he's doing like scary experiments, autopsies, he's ripping things off bodies. People didn't laugh at him again. And I think that actor has tremendous gravitas.
When these mutants in the future are getting offed one by one, it's pretty heavy duty. I mean, arms are severed, heads are cut off, limbs are being torn off. But I feel like the only way they got away with this is because when that stuff happens, it's all done in CGI.
Yeah, Iceman's head gets onto the ground as ice.
And Colossus gets torn apart when he's full on metal. It's no different than seeing Woody in Toy Story having his arm taken off by the Nid Sid. Wolverine wakes up in present day in Xavier Institute, and everything is as right as rain. He is walking through the Xavier Institute. Classes are in session. We have Kitty Pryde and Colossus are teaching a class. We see Kelsey Grammer back as Beast, walking down the hall in a suit. He's full on Beast. He's not in human form. Completely confident and happy with his mutant form. And best of all, we get to see returning favorites, James Marsden, alive and well as Cyclops, and Famke Jensen as Jean Grey. Which means, moving forward, when we do get that next sequel, that Age of Apocalypse, we have them all. We're going to have Iceman, we're going to have Kitty Pryde, we're going to get Rogue, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Colossus, all of them taking on the biggest threat, Apocalypse.
When you get to the end of the movie and you got that juicy post-credit feeling, you're thinking, man, is there a mid-credit scene? Oh, no mid-credit scene. Oh, okay. I'm still hanging around, right? Maybe 10 people left. They don't know anything. Why did they leave? Oh, what's that? It turns out it's Apocalypse making pyramids. Now, he was a little into it. He kind of was feeling it. I thought it was a total waste. I thought it was like, okay, special effects. There was nothing in it that made me excited for another movie. It was almost like the Thanos scene a little bit at the end of the Avengers. I just kind of was like, yeah, I got it. Yeah. But I want to say real quick, the beer that I brought up to pair with this is Afternoon Delight from Iron Hill Brewing Company. This is a pretty awesome beer, and I want you to check it out when I talk about it on Untapped.
That's right. So make sure to follow us on Untapped. Get us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Kevin Dragone.
I'm Shawn Proctor.
We're Last Call. Have a good night. Cheers.
Welcome to Last Call. I'm Shawn Proctor.
Kevin Dragone.
The hell just happened?
I'll show you after the video.